Hey everybody, Cynthia here. I am back to share a Valentine card I made and show you guys a tutorial on how I made it. It is completely and totally Pinterest inspired. And I'm pulling up the card now so that I can show you guys. It's a Valentine card. I plan on making a lot of them. And if you head over to my Pinterest, I have Valentine's Day ideas in there, and then I have a lot of these cards, and this is a wall decor thing. But I found this card and I absolutely loved it, and I wanted to give it a try. And here it is. Isn't that cute? I just changed mine up a tiny bit. I didn't have the same embossing folder for the white cardstock, and I didn't write the sentiment for you. I did a different sentiment, but I wanted to let you know, completely got it off of Pinterest. This was not my idea, but this is how mine turned out. So we're going to go ahead and make this one. This is the inside of my card, stamped Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, it's an A2 size card, and we're going to get started creating it. So for the base of the card, I cut a piece that I made 11 by 4 1/4. And line it up at the 11-inch mark, and you're going to score it at 5 1/2. Okay, and then fold that up. And then for the banner here, I cut out 4 pieces, and let me get my tablet. Those banner strips measure 1 1/4 inches high by 3 1/4 inches wide. And while we have our scoreboard out, we're going to score them. So line them up at the 1 1/4 inch mark and score them at the 1 inch. And then just fold them. And then that way they're ready for us to create our banner. There's just so many things that are on Pinterest that, you know, we pin and we're like, oh, we're going to give that a try. I'm going to give that a try. And we never try them. So I'm trying to make that my goal this year, to try the projects that I've actually pinned in my Pinterest and not just pin them and ignore them. Okay, so I'm going to put my scoreboard aside. So I have my card base and I have my banner pieces that are scored, and we'll get back to those. What you're going to need for the inside piece and the outside piece of the white cardstock here, and on the inside here, I have 2 sheets of white cardstock that measure 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So 5 3/8, 4 1/8. I ran the front piece through my embossing folder that I have from Spellbinders. And you guys could do whatever you'd like, make it your own if you don't want to do the exact same thing. And then if you can see here, I have foam underneath because I wanted to give it some dimension. So I cut out a bunch of foam strips from the sheets that I get. You can get these anywhere, any craft store, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Michael's. You can get them online. These are the thinner pieces, and then I use these. I cut these up. It's more economical for me than using this 2-sided dimensional tape all the time, because this stuff's kind of expensive. So I just use this, cut these strips up as I need them, and use hot glue. And that's what we're going to do here. So not on the raised side, but on the opposite side, I'm going to take some of these strips and hot glue them on. And I used 5 of them on the other card. And I think I have to trim this one just a little bit. I hope I'm on camera here. Sorry, guys. And this piece I'll trim a little. And the next piece I will also trim a little bit. I buy the dimensional tape when I can get it on sale, and sometimes it just calls for a piece of that you don't want to, you know, use this stuff for, but it doesn't always work that way. Okay, so I'm going to add hot glue and put it onto the front of my card. Ooh, I may run out here. Let me get another hot glue stick just in case. I saw some really cute, can't get this in there, there we go. Really cute Valentine gift tags too. I'd like to give it a try designing some of my own this year. So I'll definitely be back to share those with you guys. And let me flip this over, line it up, and I cut the white cardstock so that it'll show just a little bit of black cardstock all around the edges. Okay, and then the inside, before I glue that in, I'm just going to use my corner punch. It's a decorative corner punch. It's the Fleur de Lis quarter punch, and I purchased this at Hobby Lobby. It's from the Paper Studio, and it creates this design here. It's really pretty. And I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid glue. And kind of center that up a little. Wipe off any excess glue I have here. Used a little too much. Okay. So then the sentiment I used inside is Happy Valentine's Day, and I used this from Crate Paper stamp set. And I think that was gifted to me last year by my bestie from Scraps and Things 1. Hey, Misha. I'm using Stays On Jet Black ink. It's one of my favorites to stamp with. Okay, let me get a wipey to wipe my stamp off. Okay. All right, so now that that's done, I think needs a little more hot glue in there. There we go. Okay, so the heart that I used here, the red heart, I cut that out with my Spellbinders Nestabilities Classic Scallop Heart die. And I didn't use the largest one, I used the second largest. This one right here. And the size heart it gave me was approximately, in case you need to cut it out on your Cricut or just draw it out, is 3 3/4 inches across at the largest point here. And then the height is 3.5 inches. So that's the size heart that I used. And I also used foam for my heart. You guys hear that meowing? That's my kitty cat, Watson. My cats are named Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. I am a huge mystery buff fan, and Sherlock Holmes, some of my favorite stories. So we just named our cats that. They're rescues, and they're brothers, and they're simply adorable. But when I'm in doing videos, they like to come in and be like, "What's going on, Mom?" Okay. Now, I didn't center this heart when I put it on. I put it closer to the top, about an inch down from the top part here. So I'm going to go ahead, add hot glue to my foam, and add that on. Okay. And then the love you sentiment here with the exclamation mark. I cut those out on my Cricut with an alphabet cartridge, and I measured those at a 1/2 inch high. I'm just going to use a little bit of this glue and get these on. That's why I love this nozzle on this glue. This is art glitter glue. It has the tiniest nozzle that you can use on your tiny Cricut pieces, and, you know, not overdo the glue, which I love that about it. And no, I didn't get paid to say that. Just admire the product, and I love this thin nozzle tip. Works so well to not over pour your glue. And this one I got on eBay, and it's called Art Glitter Glue. I will post a link below so you guys can check it out. I've gotten refills on Amazon, eBay, and May Made It also sells it in her store as well. I'm sure others do, you know, too. I'm just trying to, I know a lot of people always ask me, what kind of glue do you have? And then I just covered it with decorative paper. I like doing that once in a while. But it is awesome glue. I love it. And you definitely want to get the pins that come with it that don't rust. So you can just put the pin in, you know, right in the top. Some of them offer packages where you can get the pin and the nozzle together in a set. So I would just shop around for the best deal you can find. I'm going to add a little dot of glue right on the card and put my little dot right in there. Okay, so the love you sentiment is on there now. I also stamped out this arrow, and I happen to just have it in my collection. I got this set at a yard sale once for like, I think 50 cents or a quarter, and they put them in CD cases. So I don't know what stamp set it came from. I'm very sorry about that, but I stamped out a bunch of arrows, and then I just cut them out. And of course I put foam on the back, and just gonna put that directly across from the sentiment. And then I have a little heart Let me find out where I put it. Oh, it was over here drying. And this red heart I punched out of the same color cardstock, and then I used some Studio G glitter glue to glitter it up. And the heart punch I used is a tiny heart punch from the Paper Studio, purchased at Hobby Lobby, and it's a 1/2 inch heart punch. Gonna add a little bit of hot glue to that and put that right in the center. Okay, and then as you can see here, I added some washi tape. I love doing that. So I had a little here, a little up in this corner, and a little up in here, and we'll do the same. And then we will put together our banner piece. So I just took this really thin, 2 different patterns, polka dot and this one, and put some strips in on the side here. Just peeled that off. Put a strip on the bottom. Peel that off, and I think I'll put some on the top. And that one's done. Set that aside. I have all different kinds of washi tape patterns, and sometimes it just adds a little bit of an embellishment to your card. Just gives it a little something extra that it might need. A little bit there, and I'm gonna put another piece right here. Let's make that a little longer. And I'll roll that back up. Okay, so now we have our washi tape. Let's create our banner. So we have our 4 strips that were scored at the 1 inch mark. Now we got to cut our banner pieces in them. And basically it's like making a little triangle in your cardstock, okay, to create that banner. I'm going to do it again here. And over here. Hold on one second. Okay. Go. All right. Sorry, I had to reclose my door. We're getting ready to watch the Super Bowl tonight. Are you guys going to watch? My team is not in. My husband and I love Pittsburgh Steelers, but they haven't been having they did not have a good year last year or this year. But we're still watching the Super Bowl. I love the commercials. And I know a lot of people watch it just for that. Get a kick out of that. Okay. So I have some of this black and white twine. I made a little bow from a piece of it. The other piece that I cut to create the banner on the card here, that measured 5.5 inches. And I tied a knot at this end, and I'm going to tie a knot at this end here. And let's see if we can. I think I can hear my husband snoring, and I hope you guys cannot hear that. Oh, geez. Hey, it's Sunday nap time, right? Okay, so I have 2 knots on each side. And what I'm going to do is just lay it down here on my mat, and I'm going to start with my polka dot piece. And right underneath this flap here, I'm going to add some hot glue straight across. And I'm going to lay it on my twine and fold the paper around and pinch. Okay, so we have one hung. Let me look for my stripe piece here. Here it is. Add a little bit of hot glue. Glue it on and leave yourself a little bit of a gap in between when you hang the banners. You want to leave a little bit of twine in between each paper banner piece. Get this one, put a little bit of hot glue right under that score mark we made. Leave a little space of twine in between the papers. Wrap that around, and then we have one more here. We're gonna wrap. I love creating these for embellishments for your scrapbook albums, you know, the top of a page, a card, anything. I think a banner is adorable. And we're done with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang it on the largest parts here. And what I'm going to do is flip it over and just add a little hot glue to the actual paper banner pieces. Flip it back over and drape it just like that on the heart and press down. Then if I have any hot glue strings, I just kind of go in and use my tweezers to get that off. And then I have this little black and white bow I'm going to add hot glue to, and I'm going to hot glue that to the banner piece right in the middle of the two paper banners. Okay. Hey, Watson. What's the matter? Daddy sleeping out there? Huh? Come on in. And that's our card, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back to share with you these coasters I created for a project that I did with Scraps and Things 1 collaboration. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care. Hope you have fun making yours.